Yes, we have at least 7,000 individuals who are seeking parcels of land,
This
and
is
maybe another
Antigua
8,000 who
Newsroom.
are seeking land in buildings, seeking homes. So it's unlikely that we can satisfy the demand within a given year. What we have asked the Ministry of Land and Housing to do this year is to increase the amount of lots that they create. Last year they did just about 1,100 parcels, and I have to tell you, 1,100 parcels is significant compared to prior availability of land in prior years on the previous administrations. I think is the highest it has ever been in a single year. We have even asked them this year to try and increase the target to about 2,000. But even at
This
2,000
is
lots,
Antigua
we would
Newsroom.
not be able to satisfy all of the demands. Now, people must understand too that, I mean, there's not sufficient land available. And what is happening to a lot of our people do not want rural areas. They're asking for land within St. John's. There's practically no public sector land available in St. John. So if there's a limited amount, very, very, limited amount. I know that Chapel, for example, has land in different areas, and people may have to now start to change their thinking in terms of where they want to live. Because if it is that they want to be within St. John's and its environs, I mean, those parcels that are available now, they're primarily privately owned. So you find, for example, that someone may go into Chopper and say they want a parcel of land. When they tell Ms. Jennings, they say they don't want it, and that's part of the problem that we have, that they of this misguided notion that the government has a lot of land in St. John's, which we don't. The last set of land that we got in abundance, 130 acres in West Hills, our company in Fries Hill. National Housing has actually practically sold out, all those lots. More recently, we have had about 20 something half acre lots at Halcyon Heights. Those two have been fully allocated. But outside of that, we don't have a lot of land available.
This
We're
is
looking at
Antigua
an area
Newsroom.
down at Pensioners Beach now, the other side of Pensioners Beach, when you're going into Five Islands. That area, it's reclaimed land, and I know sometimes our people frown and reclaim land, but Judge Bay is one of the finest developments in the island right now. That's reclaimed land. We will be developing that area. I think it's about 90 acres of land, and if you assume we get at least maybe 5, 6 lots per acre, then we can have maybe at least 400, 500 lots there. I don't believe that National Housing or the Ministry of Housing, for that matter, and land would have included that particular area. But that's another area that is relatively close to St. John's. But outside of that, we just don't have many lots available. So people may have to look at if indeed they are depending on government land, they may have to look in the rural areas. We have this LEP project as well, the Land Empowerment Program, in which we are offering our youth land at $3 a square foot. And I have to tell you, $3 can't even pay to put in infrastructure. So in many instances, what we're doing here, we're practically giving them the land for free. I give you a case in point. I would have announced it in the budget statement, the area there, Santa Maria Hill, in North Shore area. When you turn by North Shore to go into City Road, that big hill on the right, to put in infrastructure there is going to be at least $6 a square foot. And this
This
land is being
is
sold at
Antigua
$3 per
Newsroom.
square foot to young people to empower them. I have said time and time again that what we're seeking to do here is to transfer wealth to the Antigua and Barbudan people by subsidizing the price of land and the cost of these homes. I mean, typically, the homes that are built by National Housing, if you buy a house there for 200 something thousand dollars, but at least an additional $100,000 to $150,000, and it's a deliberate strategy to empower people.